Hi guys, Dr. Pam, Academic Coaching for World Changers, and thank you for tuning into our videos. Remember, if you like our video series and you find them helpful, please remember to subscribe and hit the like button. We really appreciate everything that you do to support our YouTube channel and all of our viewers that watch us all the time. I'm telling you, it's working for you. Our numbers are extremely high. We have had so many people test in the last couple of weeks. It's amazing. So we're really thankful that you trust us more than anything. And remember, I'm always going to remind you, it's a reading test. However, my reading test always has to learn some comment. I think Bentley hears me and he just wants to be on camera. If you haven't met, this is Bentley Cooper. Milan is beside me, but I think he just hears me talking and he thinks someone's listening. I just want to really give you some time to answer some questions, some things that content-wise, and also teaching you just how to answer the questions. Now remember, Dr. Pam reminds you, it's a reading test. It really is a reading test. When you spend time with me in individual therapy, individual coaching, I really focus on teaching you how to read the question. They're not trying to trick you. They're not out to get you, whether it's a social work test, LCDC, whatever test. They're giving you all the clues and the hints that you need in the question. So spend more time in the question than you could ever spend in the answer. So you're always going to read the question. I'm going to ask you to tell me in your own words, what does that mean? Because sometimes I have clients and I see you reading the words and you don't have any clue what it means. Remember, you will have a master's degree. So even if you don't know exactly what the word means, you have enough content to do some guessing. You do. Take the base of the word, right? And look at what it might mean and see if you can come up with some reasoning. Use some reasoning skills to really come up with the answer. So let's start off with some questions, okay? So this first one is going to be, it's a question about validity and reliability. I know you love research, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so listen up. A counselor is using a new testing instrument to measure the behavior of only one participant. The first time this participant takes the test, he receives a score of 25. The second time he takes the test, his score is 12. The therapist administers the test a third time, and the participant receives a score of 38. What? So let's make sure we understand the question, okay? So a counselor is seeing a new client. I've got one client that I'm seeing, and I'm using this instrument. An instrument means the tool you're using, the test you're using. Are you using a WASC or a WISC or MBTI? I'm using just one instrument, okay? So what I know is that I'm using this one client, one instrument. He takes the test 3 different times. And in the test, his scores are going to be, he gets a 25, a 12, and a 38. Whoa, what's that about? So I'm going to give you my answers. Okay, now I've fully understood the question. The answers are A, low validity, B is high validity, C is low reliability, and D is high reliability. Now, what I know is validity is the most important thing. Validity says, does it measure what it's supposed to measure? Does it do what it's supposed to do? Right? That's the most important thing. Anyway, so what I know is validity is the most important thing. Is it valid? The second one is reliable. Reliability is consistency over and over and over again. Okay? So I want my test to be right. I want the instrument in my car. When I go start my car and it says the gas tank is full, I want it to be correct. That's validity. I want it to be correct every single time. That's reliability. Okay? So I know my 4 answers. It's either low validity, B is high validity, C is low reliability, and D is going to be high validity. So if you're one of the people that really wants to take some time to answer the question, I suggest you pause the video right now, okay, and then come back. So, but you're still with me. We're going to keep going. So what I know, again, back to the question, he's taken the test 3 different times. There's a term called regression to the mean. 68, 95, and 99 is my bell curve. And what I know is if I take a test that I score really high on or really low on, the second time I take the test, I will get closer to the mean. Right? The 68%, 2/3, that's where everybody is. So I do know I'll get closer to the mean. But that doesn't answer this question, does it? So if the test measures what it's supposed to measure, and the question doesn't say that it doesn't, then I can rule out. I can rule out any kind of validity. Okay, because it doesn't say that the test is not valid. It just says he took the same test and he took the same test and got 3 different scores. So if he takes the same test and he gets 3 different, totally different scores, I know that this test has low reliability. It's not reliable. Okay? When it comes to testing, the NCE, the LC, any of the social work class, any of the social work tests, any of the other mental health tests that you're taking, we know they're extremely valid. For example, if you've taken the test a couple of times and you keep getting close to the same score, it's valid and reliable. If you keep missing by 6 or by 8 or by 12, or you're missing by 1 or 2 more, it means that you are missing a big chunk of material, or you're missing a part that you should be learning. Because the test is valid, it measures what it's supposed to measure, and it's also reliable. You'll get the same score. So reliability is going to happen. So if you're getting close to that test and you're taking, you keep missing it by 3, 4, 5, maybe 10, you might need to get into some individual sessions with us. We can pinpoint exactly what you're missing and really help you focus on those areas and get this test over. Maybe not be 1 and done, but we definitely can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and done. All that matters is that you pass this test. We want you to keep changing the world. There are people out there who are waiting for you. They're waiting for you to get this test, this license, so you can go out and change their world also. Thanks, guys, for tuning into a brief episode of Dr. Pam.